Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the New York Yankees and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Yankees is Ed Figueroa, whose record is 2-1 with a 3.86 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Jerry Ujdur, whose record is 4-3 with a 3.94 ERA. And we lost another rough one yesterday to the Yankees. We can't seem to get on track this month. So with yesterday's loss, we've guaranteed ourselves a losing month of May. And we really would like to finish up this month on a win streak, hopefully starting with today. So let's go ahead and get today's game started. We have the robot race later on today. We have a couple heavyweights in this one. It's Dave K. and Freddie C going head-to-head. Somebody's got to lose. Dave said that if he loses, he wants to have his robot become a pleasure bot, like Jude Law in AI. But we might let him do that. We're going to maybe tweak his chip a little bit. He might not appreciate that so much afterwards. But so maybe that's what will happen to Dave if Dave were to lose tonight. Here's Jerry Ujdur on the mound for the Tigers with the Yankees in the current lineup batting .217 against him. It's only 23 plate appearances, so not a lot to go on there, really. But some success, which is nice. All of the bullpen is available. Yes, and I think we're going to hang on to Bruce Robbins in the starting rotation for at least another start. I've looked at in the AAA. We really just don't have anybody. Now, if I make a trade between now and his next start, then maybe he'll be the odd man out. Here's a lineup today versus Ed Figueroa. Only real difference from yesterday's game is Andre Dawson back in there at right, and Reggie back in there DHing today against his old team, looking to get some big hits. Okay, so here is the starting lineup for the New York Yankees for today's game. As you take a look here at their season stats. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Willie Randolph. Batting second at shortstop is Ozzie Smith. Batting third in right field is Claudell Washington. Batting cleanup at first base is Rick Leach. Batting fifth and catching today is Ron Hassey. Batting sixth at third base is Joe Lefebvre. Batting seventh and DHing is Dennis Werth. Batting eighth in left field is Don Reynolds. And batting ninth in center field is Lee Mazzilli. Jerry Ujdur, we'll take a quick look at him real quick. He's making his 11th start. That 4-3, 3.94 ERA. Opponent's only batting .289 against him. I can say only, that's not really that great. I mean, I would think it would be worse. More walks than strikeouts. That's never good. No complete games. Take a look at his log. He has not faced the Yankees yet this season. He has won, 3 out of his last 5 starts, so that's saying something, right? If we can get him past the 5th inning, I think we got a chance. Okay, there's the defensive alignment for the Tigers with Gold Glovers in center field and at second base. And here's Willie Randolph leading off against Jerry Ujdur. A base hit right back through the wickets. Leadoff single for Willie Randolph. Could be running. Now Parrish, his caught stealing percentage has gone from 15% up to 25%. So he's throwing just about everybody out of late. Oh, and I say that, and Randolph steals second base. So runner in scoring position for Oz. We're going to pull the outfield in, try to throw him out the plate if possible on a base hit. A grounder to third. That'll keep Randolph at second. As Smith is gunned down at first. One down. Okay, Claudell Washington up. We got to play straight away for Claudell. Claudell having a bad season. He was the MVP of the National League in our 1980 sim, and he's batting .245 with 3 home runs. As he grounds out to first, moving Randolph to third, and it will be up to former Tiger Rick Leach in the cleanup role for the New York Yankees. And he skies it to right field. That is a very catchable ball for Dawson. And that'll do it. So we go to the bottom of the first. Here is the Tigers lineup rundown. Batting leadoff and playing center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second at first base is Greg Brock. Batting third at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting cleanup and DHing is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh in right field is Andre Dawson. Batting eighth at shortstop is Alan Trammell. And batting ninth at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Ed Figueroa on the mound. 1982, he was already out of baseball by the 1982 season. At 33 years old, he was done, which is just so weird when you look back here at 1978, just 4 years earlier. He won 20 games for the Yankees, finished 7th in the Cy Young voting. He had a terrible year in 1979, and then we started our sim. So, I mean, not too shabby. He's actually, not, in just 3 starts this season as a number 5 starter. He's pitched pretty well, but as I mentioned, he was out of baseball in 1982. In fact, in 1981, he was on the Oakland A's, and he made 2 appearances and 1 start that year, and then that was it. He was done. So we'll see if we can't maybe take advantage of his ratings. Here is the Yankees defensive alignment. They've got Gold Glovers everywhere, all up the middle. They have Randolph, they have Ozzie Smith, they have Lee Mazzilli with a Gold Glove, and Joe Lefebvre, Ron Hassey. All of those guys have Gold Gloves on this team. Okay, Rickey Henderson leading off against Ed Figueroa, striking out to lead off the ball game. There's 1 down. Next up is Greg Brock. Oh, I want to show you guys something real quick, and then I have a statement here. Take a look at this. I went in and I changed his nickname. It is Brock Nest Monster officially, and I did that for almost all the Tigers that we've given nicknames to. So my declaration to everyone out there is, if you can come up with any nickname for any current Tiger or any of our opponents, if it's funny, I will add it to the game, and I'll make sure I give it plenty of shout outs. So you can just leave in the comment of this game or any other game going forward, whatever you have in mind for a nickname, and we'll get it added to the game. And maybe with a little incentivizing for Clay, the creator of this, maybe he will add him to the game permanently. Who knows? So Brock with a double into left center field. That is Brock's 3rd double of the season. He's definitely been struggling lately. Good to see him get a double. Next up is Mickey Hatcher with 1 down. And he strikes out. The game paused there for a minute. I don't know what that's about. So 2 Ks now for Figueroa. And then Reggie, little nubber to short. And that'll do it. So we strand Brock at second. And we go to the top of the 2nd inning. No score. Ron Hassey leading off. 302 with 10 home runs. Definitely in the MVP candidacy for this season. Lines out to left. Next up is Joe Lafave. He had the day off yesterday versus the left-hander. And Lafave gets a double. That is Lafav's 12th double of the season. So runner in scoring position now for Dennis Werth. Werth DHing, batting .198. He did have a solo shot yesterday, though, as he lines out to short and then is doubled off second base by Trammell. So good job by Tram getting us out of that inning. We go to the bottom of the second. We have Parrish, Gibby, and Dawson do up. Parrish walks to start off. There we go. Leadoff man is on. Here's Gibson, 3 for 7 with 2 Ks in his career against Figueroa. And a wild pitch will move Parrish to second, so that'll keep us out of the double play. Okay, we're going to let Gibby swing away. Oh, he nubs it back to the pitcher. Parrish holds. Oh, he was going. And he's thrown out at third. Parrish runs himself into the out. And now we've got Gibby on first with Andre Dawson up. Dawson, who has just been horrible. We're not going to steal. We're going to let Dawson swing away. And he's going to ground into a double play. He is so... Oh, it's not a double play. It's just an out at first. So Gibby advances to second base. Good hustle by Gibson. And then Trammell strikes out regardless. So, okay, so 3 strikeouts now for Figueroa. We go to the top of the third. Don Reynolds will lead off, hitting a fly ball into center field, and Henderson camps under it for the first out. Next up is Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli goes oppo for a base hit to left. So Mazzilli's on first, 1 down, back to the top of the lineup with Willie Randolph. Randolph grounding it to Whitaker, and another double play. So the Tigers are keeping the Yankees at bay. We go to the bottom of the third. Sweet Lou leading off. Lou rips it right at the first baseman, Leach, who snags it for the first out. That'll bring up Rickey. Rickey into right center field. Is he going to go for 3? Go for 3. There we go. Henderson, another triple. We've said it before. That is his 4th of the season. And he only had 66 triples in his whole career. And he's well on his way at this pace to having maybe 100. As Henderson is on third, infield's in. And we need the Brock Ness monster to hit a sac fly. Anywhere but center field would be good. Oh, a ground ball. It gets past the shortstop. Smith and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Brock. That looked like a force at home if I ever saw one. So this is good. Now we have an opportunity for Hatcher to hit and run. 0 for 5 in his career against Figueroa. And he just lifts it to right. That would have been an optimum sac fly. Okay, 2 down for Reggie. And Reggie strikes out for the second time. Wow. Reggie starting to come down to earth, under 270 now. We go to the top of the 4th, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead. Ozzie Smith leading off. Strokes it to left. There's 1 down. Next up, Claudell. A blooper to left center field. Is that going to fall in? Oh, it does fall in front of Henderson. And Claudell's got a base hit, the 4th for the Yankees. Definitely a candidate to steal. And he's gunned down by Parrish. There we go. Parrish, defensively, he has his WAR above 0 for the first time all season. Last year, he finished actually surprisingly highly rated. He's just a slow starter defensively, I guess, as Leach flies out to Henderson in center. And every time the Yankees get somebody on, they leave them stranded or they get doubled off. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Big Wheel due up. I did add Big Wheel to his nickname, so it's official. And that is his real nickname. That's not one that I manufactured. as he pops it up to second. Excuse me. Allergies, man, I'm telling you. It is killing me here in Tucson. Okay, one down. Here's Gibby. Gibby with the base hit to right. There we go. Now we got Gibby on. Do we go for two? Now, Washington, pretty solid defensive right fielder, but he doesn't have a great arm. And we're up one. Oh, man, getting thrown out always turns the tables. We're going to try it, though. Yes, Gibby is safe at second base. Good job by Gibson. That is his 5th double of the season. So runner on second base. Did that say 74% chance of stealing third? Holy shit. I almost feel like we have to do that. Let's give Andre Dawson a chance here. Anything. Hey, there's a base hit by Hawk. Gibson will score. It's 2-0, and we will not attempt to stretch that into a double. So good job by Dawson, keeping his average above the Mendoza line. Ground ball by Trammell. Pass to third baseman, and Dawson has to hold at second. So first and second. One down. Sweet Lou is up. 3 for 8 in his career against Figueroa. You could use a big hit right here. Oh, no, it's a double play as he grounds it to second. 4-6-3. And we miss another golden opportunity there to extend the lead. It's 2-0, though. And we go to the 5th. This is where it all fell apart yesterday. If you remember, if you saw yesterday's game, Bruce Robbins had a perfect game going into the 4th inning, through the 4th inning. And then in the 5th, it all fell apart. I think he gave up 5 runs that inning or something like that. So, yeah, it was brutal. As Ron Hassey flips it to right. There's one down. Next up is Joe Lefebvre. And Lafave gets a base hit into right. His 2nd hit of the day. Runner on first. So, Ujdur successfully got through the lefties. Let's see if we can turn a double play with Dennis Werth. A ground ball to second. There, it's ideal. Let's do it. Oh, we can only get the lead runner at second. Werth safe at first. 2 down now for Don Reynolds. It's hard to believe Reynolds is their everyday left fielder as he strikes out. Batting .273 with 3 home runs. Not too shabby. And a great job by Jerry Ujdur. I guess our threat at last week's start must have spooked him because he is pitching out of his mind. As Henderson strikes out, is that the 3rd time today? No, he struck out twice. And he had the triple. That's right. Okay, so 1 down. Here's Brock. Brock 2 for 2 with an RBI. Probably the player of the game so far. Oh, he rips it into right field. All the way to the wall, and Brock has himself another double. That's double number 4 on the season, equaling last year's total. So runner on second, that's Brock. 1 down for Mickey Hatcher. And Hatcher gets a base hit up the middle. Will Brock score? He has to hold. Oh boy. 1st and 3rd for Reggie. Reggie 0 for 2. We just need Reggie to get it to the outfield. He's batting .261. He's having a good year. Oh, come on. He strikes out for the 2nd time. 6 Ks for Figueroa. And now it's going to be up to Parrish to get something done. And he strikes out. Really a pretty decent performance for Figueroa. 7 strikeouts through 5 innings. We go to the top of the 6th. Ujur's only thrown 51 pitches. So Lee Mazzilli, Randolph, and Smith are due up. And don't forget, 7th inning stretch, we've got the robot race. Dave versus Freddie. And Mazzilli gets a base hit to right. Okay, will Mazzilli steal? Will Randolph bunt? We're going to pull the 3rd baseman in, Hatcher, just to try to prevent the bunt, and he walks him. This definitely feels like the moguling right here. A leadoff single, a walk, we pull the outfield in, and a base hit. And it is on, folks. It's 2-1. Nobody out. Runners at first and third. And now all the lefties are due up. I mean, Ujdur has only given up 1 run, but he's in a jam. And we got to bring in the left-hander. It's the right thing to do. Will it make a difference? I don't know. Let's take a look here at the splits. Yeah, Cappy gets the lefties out the best. We know that Rucker's just been struggling with left-handers. But batting .289, he can't get a lefty out. That doesn't make any sense. And Comstock's not that great. .297. Oh, boy. So, sorry about that. So we're going to bring in Cappy. Cappy's been pretty flawless this year. He's got to pull the infield in. And Claudell's batting .162. Strikes him out. Nicely done. There's 1 down. And with Ozzie on first, I mean, they could stay out of a double play. I think we got to pull the infield in again. And Leach will send it to right. That'll score Randolph. Total bullshit. It's all tied at 2. And then Hassey flies out to center. Good job by Cappy, though, coming in that jam and only giving up the 1 run. It could have been much worse. And we'll see if we can fight back here against Figueroa, who has been, as I said, pretty lights out so far. Gibson, though, plants it into right field for a base hit. Now, we've been waiting for a chance to steal, but I like the opportunity to hit and run. Either way, we're trading an out. Yeah, there we go. So we'll take the out and get Gibby into scoring position. We have Trammell and Whitaker and Henderson due up here. Let's see if Trammell can drive him in. Wild pitch. That was the slowest wild pitch. How could he not catch that? 70 miles an hour. And it was, you know, what is it, a foot up? I mean, Ron Hassey couldn't reach up and grab a 70-mile-an-hour fastball or changeup. That's insane. Infield's pulled in now with Gibby on third. And Trammell comes through in the clutch. Do we want to go for 2? Not this time. Mazzilli doesn't have a great arm, but he does have a gold glove. He is pretty solid out there. So we'll take the RBI and hit and run with Sweet Lou. Trammell on first with 1 down and an inside pitch that Whitaker pulls to first. Trammell makes his way to second. And now it's going to be up to Henderson to extend the lead. Oh, base hit up the middle. I thought it was going to be strike 3. That's what I anticipated. Trammell should score easily. There we go. The way it hesitated for a moment, I just thought maybe he was going to get stuck at third, which makes no sense. He should be running with 2 outs. So now we're going to run with Henderson. 77% chance. Now, if he is successful, he will get back to 50%. Let's see. Runner on first. That's Henderson. Stolen base signs are given. Pitch outside, and he's thrown out. Of course not. Of course there's no chance that he will get to 50% stolen bases. Okay, well, getting thrown on the base pass, that's a risk. We know that somehow it changes the momentum in the game. Now, Joe Lefebvre bats .313 versus lefties. How did he not play yesterday against Robbins? And he walks, of course. So let's just get his dumb ass out of there. Okay, so it's the 7th inning. And we're going to have to play matchups the rest of the way. So we're going to bring in Dave Patterson. Pitched really well in yesterday's game. Patterson into the ball game. We need a double play. Dennis Werth batting .159. Will Lafave be running? And it doesn't matter. He pops it up in the foul ground. Play is made by Parrish, I assume. Okay, one down. They're down 2 runs, so there's no bunting here, I don't think. Ground ball to first. Patterson gets out of it. Nicely done for Dave Patterson. Tigers hold on to the 4-2 lead. And it is 7th inning stretch, which means robot race. Here we are. Let's take a look at the bracket real quick. It's actually Douglas. I see that he finally updated it. He did spell it Douglad, and I figured it was Douglas. But let's just update that so we don't feel stupid about it. There we go. Douglas B. And then at the bottom here, you can see Dave K and Freddie C. The winner moves on to face Douglas. And here we are looking at our 2 robots. There's Dave. Dave really wants to be a pleasure bot. I don't think he'd mind losing to Freddie C. 45 seconds on the clock, as we showed you, reminded you yesterday. First prize is a Raleigh Fingers autograph photo with certificate of authenticity. Second place is a 1973 Topps Raleigh Fingers baseball card, near mint condition, pulled right from a pack. And third prize is Raleigh Fingers mustache shavings in a bag. Sounds great. Okay, 45 seconds on the clock. We're going to count down from 3. We'll hit the start button and get this race going. Good luck to the contestants. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Dave wobbling along. You got to want it. If you want to move on, you got to have the eye of the tiger. And Dave's got one eye. Freddie and tennas are perky. Freddie's on meth or something. Look at his eyes. Robot meth, whatever that is equivalent to. Okay, so it's pretty neck and neck here with 13 seconds to go. Freddie C strutting into the lead. Dave's falling back. That is usually the good sign for the... Oh, there it is. Dave's making his move. There we go. Dave crosses the finish line. Freddie C. Sorry to see you go. But Dave is the winner. Congrats to Dave. Dave will move on to the second round. Let's go ahead and update Dave K into the bracket here. Tomorrow's matchup is going to be Steve M versus Russ H. And then the following start will be Tony A versus James K. And then Bill H versus Alan B. And then we'll move on to the next round, folks. That's how it works. Okay, let's get back to the game. Congratulations to Dave. And looks like the Yankees have brought in the Goose Gossage. We'll take a look at his numbers. He is the setup man, as I mentioned yesterday. Kurt Kaufman is the closer. We saw him. He got a save in yesterday's game. Goose, 19th appearance, 3-1, 239. 19 Ks in 26 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .219 against him. He's got 2 blown saves, but no actual saves. I don't know how this guy is not the closer still with those numbers. I love looking at this and seeing that the White Sox tried to convert him to a starter in 1976. What a dumbass move that was. Okay, so Greg Brock will face Goose Gossage here in the bottom of the 7th. Brock 3 for 3 today. And he hits a slow roller to third. There's one down. Next up is Mickey Hatcher. And Hatcher ropes it into left field for a base hit. Nicely done. 2 hits for Hatcher today. We're not going to go for 2. We are going to let Reggie swing away and get off the schneid. He struck out twice against his old team. 1-2 count, and he hits a grounder in his short. I actually wish he would have struck out. We go to the top of the 8th. We've got Mazzilli and Randolph and Ozzie. And I don't think Mazzilli hits lefties well, if I recall correctly. So we're going to We're going to continue to play the odds. We're going to bring in Keith Comstock. This victory is important. We need this. So we got to do whatever we're going to do. Oh, look at that. Mazzilli betting 378 versus lefties. I called that totally wrong, as Mazzilli's already 2 for 2 on the day. And there we go. He lifts it to left. There's 1 out. Gibby makes the play. Okay. If he had got on, I probably would go to a righty. But we're going to give Comstock a chance here to get Willie Randolph. And he walks him. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ozzie Smith is not going to hit a home run. We know that. He does go to right with a base hit, maybe a double. And Randolph is into third. So the tying run is at first. I'll give up that run for a double play opportunity with Claudell Washington. Washington betting 158. We know Comstock doesn't get lefties out very well. We need it here big time, though. Oh, come on. That is total shit. So now we've got to intentionally walk Claudell Washington to set up the double play. With a 70 speed, Leach would be optimum for that. But that is the go-ahead run I put on first. So we're going to keep everybody back. A base hit will score a run and the game will be tied. Fly ball to center. Will Smith tag up? He does. And now it's going to be the league MVP versus Keith Comstock. He's 0 for 3 on the day, so he's due. I'm certainly not going to walk him to get to Lefebvre. And we just got to play it out, folks. Here we go. He has not faced Comstock before. I find that hard to believe. And he lifts it into right center field. Oh, it's going to be caught. And the Tigers get out of the jam and hold the lead 4-3. Oh, Lord, I don't feel good about it, I'll tell you that. With Lance Parrish leading off the bottom of the 8th. Popping it up at home plate. Behind home plate, in fact. There's 1 down as Hassey makes the play. Gibby up next. Gibson goes to left field for his 3rd hit. Do we want to push it? Yes, we do. Keep the pressure on. He's out at second. Gosh. Dog it. That could be a game changer. Maybe I should have thought that through a little bit. I'm so impulsive. As Dawson grounds out. No surprise there. We go to the 9th. We want to bring our closer in. Well, we are going to do that. He's our closer. We're going to bring in oh gosh, what is Weaver's splits? Oh, he does good against both. Okay, that's all I need to know, because we know that Rucker does not get lefties out. And I was thinking, well, if he could get the lefty, then maybe he could get the 2 righties, because he does get righties out well. Okay, this is a big chance here. But Roger Weaver, excuse me, allergies. Woo. Roger Weaver is our closer, at least for now, as we're shopping for closers. Joe Lefebvre, 2 for 2 on the day. Here we go. He walks him. No, ground ball to third. It was a 3-1 count. And the way things go for us, I just assumed that would be ball 4. 1 down. Here is Dennis Werth. Werth skies it up third baseline in a foul ground. And the play is made by Hatcher. So we're down to this. Don Reynolds has to keep it alive. And he nubs it back to Weaver. Weaver underhands it to first, and the Tigers win. Nicely done. Handshakes and butt slaps. Everyone's going out for sloppy steaks. Let's take a look here as it's simulating. Is there going to be a trade offer? Let's see. It's thinking it through. I'm in the market for a starter, a reliever, and maybe a backup infielder. Oh, nope. They were just calculating, I guess. So no trade offers. Whoa, look at that. We jumped back into first place, where we certainly do not deserve to be. This is a tight race. 6 teams within 6 games. And we're in first. There we go. Take a look at transactions. There is a trade, folks. It just wasn't with us. The Giants are giving up. They're trading their everyday shortstop, Joe Patini, to the Reds. Nothing special there. And in return, the Reds are giving up a couple middle relievers. Jeff Russell, future closer for the Reds, who's at age 18, the Reds worked him in. And Tom McCarthy, I just remember him as a White Sox. And he, at 18 years old, he pitched for Boston, of course. Okay, so that's kind of an irrelevant trade. Ken Kravik of the White Sox, though, injured, is going to miss 5 weeks. He's 2-8 anyway, struggling for the White Sox. And Ken Schrom goes to the DL, out 26 days. He was in AAA anyway. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. I mean, who's the player of the game? Is it Gibson? Is it Brock? Those are 2 players who had really pretty decent games together. We can't split it. Wow, it's taking a long time to load. Brock had 2 doubles. Gibby had 1. No stolen bases. Brock had an RBI. Gibson did not. So we're going to give it to Greg Brock, player of the game. Jerry Ujdur pitched his ass off, and then it all fell apart in the 5th. Capizzello gets the win. He goes to 3-1. The bullpen did fine. That unearned run by Keith Comstock on the wild pass ball, which was total crap, to be honest. And Ed Figueroa takes a loss with the 7 strikeouts. Pretty decent performance, really. Gossage goes 2. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 3 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.